It is a great day when I think of the progress that African Americans are making in the well known cities of our nation. Welcome to the Foundation for Elevation Station. And my name is Leon Meredith. And we had a little demonstration at City Hall today. As you all know, I'm part of local government. A few titles or seats right at the lower level of them. And I have greater aspirations than to stay there. It was something about we in Cleveland have been having a problem with black subcontractors, black people learning these trades and with other folks that's not of black or African American descent holding us out of these opportunities to learn these trades, to land these bigger contracts. And what I must say is that progress has been made. I would be remiss if I didn't proclaim the truth out front. But it's not enough progress that has been made. We need a collective to push forward on another oomph to get us more notches, more increments into equality. But of course, we shoot higher than equality and equal. We must rise. So we had a demonstration because a noose, the noose, the way in which you tie a rope to hang a person by the neck until they're dead, as they did in a lot of Western movies, as they did with a lot of African American black people back in the day. And it still happens today from time to time. And more so, it happens with people making a noose public in a place to symbolize that we will kill you. And don't forget, we are superior and you are inferior. It has many notions that when people display a noose, and they displayed a noose at a construction site in Cleveland, Ohio. And this is technically, for surely, a hate crime and should be punishable by the loss of contract. Because this is not only a state law, it is a federal law that's broadly enforced, and we're pushing to get this situation, this injustice, dealt with accordingly. Me, I worked for this year a certain construction company, and it's in Cleveland, Ohio. And when it's a city or federal type of contract, it's written into law that they have to hire 25% of their workforce from the local neighborhoods, from people of the community. So I was part of the 25%. And they hired contractors from various parts of our great state, and some of them from out of the state, most of which being Caucasians. And inside the urinals, I would see on a day-to-day basis different jabs, assaults at black people from what has to be immature Caucasian males, making reference towards monkeys, broke black babies, etc., etc. These words hurt and damaged me, not for myself, because I'm a different type of person. They hurt me because I know that they affect the subconscious of my coworkers, of people in my community. And when I alerted staff, they just say, hey, I am immature people. And I kind of spoke on it again and had the same type of response. And I didn't drive home on it. And I put that blame on me for not driving home on that type of rhetoric still being present in 2023. This must stop. My people deserve a chance to excel without further obstacles. I guess the way this world is ran is that we have to make it through these obstacles, to persevere, to prove, like a rite of passage. Okay, I know it's hard. It's hard fighting a battle and having to battle through it. And I guess that's what our politicians is for, what I'm shooting for. But I have been in the mud. I've been in the slime fighting the battle from that end. Now, as I'm transitioning to the other position, I have a wealth of knowledge and experience over the totality of the situation. Even speaking about from 1865 to the 50s and 60s, which I believe the 50s and 60s was probably the greatest span for black people ever. And it birthed everybody had an opinion, but those 50s and 60s, well, we conquered and set in stone so much, and so many lives were lost. But within those lost, greatness was born from that, from many climactic deaths. Great men, especially, died on their feet. And I have a special place in the core of my spirit for men that die on their feet for what they believe in and not just talk it. Because we unfortunately moved to a society with just talking and sounding like you about business is the real. And they like talking. And I'm not throwing no jab, but if some of us can walk it and talk it, and I think these men should step to the forefront, because we have a lot of people leading the way. We even have ladies leading the way talking, and that's well and fine and much appreciated. But I like the soldiers, the ones that could talk it, walk it, because when it's time to defend the neighborhoods, to step to the forefront and not let them budge you, we gonna need them dudes that can walk it. And I think in the meanwhile, because it's always a flip side to the coin, and I understand that whenever I point a finger, oh, it's some pointing back. So as I point at them racist people, as I point at the government for, city not allowing black construction companies to get contracts, it's fingers pointing back at us. And what's the deal with that? Why did I mention that? Because the largest part of the blame in my book goes to us. Because we are at a point where so many large contracts are being had. What do? Even if we can get one of these large contracts, we don't have enough enough capacities to fulfill the contract. And what we do at that point? We figure out a way. Well, I'm not going to say it on here, but I'm quite sure I have several solutions to tackle this problem, and I can't wait to see it in fruition, because it's a vision. I see it. It's right in the middle right here, right back there, about this far, right there. It's called a pineal gland. Penile. We got a few different pronunciations, but I can see it, and it makes me feel good to close my eyes and just see the connectivity, to see the camaraderie, to eliminate the profiteerism, to eliminate the hate, the individualism. I want to say I love you. And it's a lot of work to be done. Tuning out from the Foundation for Elevation Station.